In January of last year, Bob McDonnell took office as the 71st governor of Virginia and faced a $4.2 billion budget deficit for 2011 and 2012. That gap has been closed without raising taxes, but critics say federal spending played a large part in the accomplishment. Governor McDonnell rang the closing bell today at the NASDAQ. He's in New York to encourage businesses to invest in his state, and Friday he leaves on a trip to Asia to drum up business in Japan, China, and South Korea. Governor McDonnell, good to have you here on Street Smart. Good afternoon.
Hey, Carol, thanks for having me. What a treat to be in New York.
Well, and I know you've had a pretty busy day. You've been meeting with folks on Wall Street, trying to encourage investment in the state of Virginia. How's it going? What's the kind of response you're getting?
It's going well. We got a great story to tell. We have long been ranked the #1 place in America to do business by leading magazines. And we got a great tax, regulatory, litigation climate. We're a right-to-work state, great universities. And so as a CEO of a state, I need to know what a CEO of a company is doing, and that is to go tell people about why it's prudent to invest in Virginia. Even though we cut that $4.2 billion last year, Carol, we actually invested new money in job-creating programs. And so I've got some incentives now to tell people why it's easier to start up a new business or to relocate to Virginia. So that's what we're doing.
What kind of experience are you having as far as growth is concerned? I mean, after cutting spending like that, the real worry, obviously, on the federal level is that it will slow growth to a halt. What are you seeing in Virginia?
Well, most of our job growth has been private sector. Over the last 15 months, we focused like a laser on jobs, and that means we're removing some of those impediments, Matt, to entrepreneurship, like taxes, regulation, litigation, trying to keep the burden down on those things. And so we're seeing unemployment now down a full point to 6.3%. And the incentives that we've got and everything from some tax credits to Governor's Opportunity Fund money are helping people start up. But, you know, the most important thing, I think, is inspiring consumer confidence, telling people it's time to, get back to work. Businesses and entrepreneurs, it's time to invest again. And they're responding pretty well. We can see it in the job numbers.
Yeah, but it's taking some time. I mean, Governor McDonnell, what more can be done? Because we talk about how healthy corporate America's balance sheet is at this point. They have enough money to boost dividends, to do a lot of buybacks, but they aren't doing a whole heck of a lot of hiring at this point. What more needs to be done here?
Well, most of the growth, Carol, in Virginia, and I think most states, is from the small business people. 71% of our jobs are small business. New jobs are small businesses. So it's incentivizing those entrepreneurs, the risk takers, the people that create most in the wealth and the opportunity to start or expand their small business. And some of it's access to capital in helping them in that regard. So I think government doesn't create those jobs or the wealth, but they can certainly remove the impediments to those things. That's what we're trying to do. And going and looking people from China to India to California to New York in the eye and saying, here's why it makes sense for you to be in Virginia.
Hey, Governor, thanks so much for joining us. Governor McDonnell there ringing the bell at the NASDAQ.